We are well into the holiday season, and to get you in the festive mood, here are the top 3 Christmas games of 2022. A quick note, all of the games listed here have been released within the last month for the Christmas season. First up, we have the Xmas Apocalypse. This is a third-person survival shooter. Imagine Call of Duty Zombies and Vampire Survivors had a baby. Well, this is their love child. You have the semi-round based shooter combat, with you kiting the zombies around and gunning them down. You also have the experience-based gem collection, allowing you to unlock a set of skills such as increased numbers of projectiles and health recovery. After each round, you're awarded a number of gold coins that can be used to upgrade a Christmas skill tree. Yes, that's right, a literal Christmas skill tree. I love it. If that isn't enough for you, at the 7-minute mark, a Dark Souls boss appears for you to gun down. To beat it, you're really going to need to upgrade that skill tree and get yourself a decent damage-based build. Overall, I'm going to give this 7 out of 9 reindeer. Right now you can get Xmas Apocalypse for $2.99, which is 40% off until January 5th. Next up, we have Krampus Kills. We go from Santa to his devilish companion Krampus. The Krampus is a hellspawn devil that goes around dealing with naughty children. As such, in Krampus Kills, you are the naughty kid that will be visited by the Krampus. However, you have other plans. A loud thumping on the roof awakens you in the middle of the night. Looking out the window, you see that a snowstorm has set in. With only your flashlight to hand, you set off to look for your parents. Instead of parental safety, you find a ritualistic note on the wall, and so begins your dark journey. Ultimately, this game boils down to being a horror shooter, but with a slightly dark comedic side. Don't get me wrong, the atmosphere certainly serves to make your heart rate increase, but there are moments where things are so outlandish that you can't help but nervously chuckle. Now, as you can see, the game looks really good. I played it on ultra settings with very few issues. Even when the screen was stacked with enemies, I did not find my laptop struggling, and there were very few frame drops. In terms of game length, it only took me about an hour to complete, but I rushed because I was genuinely creeped out. There is plenty to do and a decent amount of replay value. Plus, there is a hide and seek mode, which I'm going to admit I'm too much of a scaredy cat to try out. This is a great game, and if you're in need of a good Christmas scare, then this is it. I'm going to give this a solid 4 out of 5 Jingle Bells. Right now, Krampus Kills is on sale for $11.24, which is 25% off, and that sale ends on January 5th. The last game we're going to talk about today is Save Santa, so we're back to being Santa himself, and this game may be the one that inspires the most Christmas cheer. Save Santa is a third-person platformer. You take charge of Santa and help him navigate obstacles to recover Christmas presents. And you also have to find a key that allows you to progress to the next level. That's it, nice and simple. As you can see, the art style is festive and easy on the eye. It's a pretty basic game. There are a number of floating platforms for you to traverse, and you can get to some very surprising locations with Santa's double jump ability. One of the first things that you're going to want to do when you load up the game is lower the sound effects, as Santa makes a very annoying grunt every single time you jump. It also allows you to focus on the very Christmassy music. In terms of gameplay, the controls are actually very responsive. When I first looked at the trailer, I expected a bit of a janky mess, but I was pleasantly surprised to find the overall experience very enjoyable. Once the levels start to get a little more tricky, you'll find checkpoints throughout. So once you pass a particularly hard area, you will likely find your progress protected so you can butt your head against the next platforming challenge. Unfortunately, about an hour in, I took a wrong turn and missed the end key. I claimed a checkpoint, but that soft-locked me by the end door as I was unable to backtrack and find the key. Not usually a big deal, but there is no level restart option. The main menu does not have level select, and there is no saving. On top of that, once you leave the game, you start again at the beginning. I found this pretty frustrating after carefully collecting all of the presents in each level for nearly an hour. The levels aren't particularly hard, so for some people this may be no big deal. For others, it may be a point of contention. Overall, this is a fun little platformer. The music is very festive and may be one of the best features of the game. The gameplay is solid. Santa's grunting is insufferable, but you can mute that. The softlock I encountered was infuriating though. That, and there being no level select and no saving, meant it was a bit of a deal breaker for me. Save Santa gets a nice 2 out of 8 Brussels sprouts. You can pick up Save Santa for $3.99. So that's the list. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas.